Good evening, everyone. Welcome to 6 round Sunday, round 5. We're joining you with a pretty rainy Zandvoort, to be honest, tonight. It's only light rain at the moment, but it is forecasted to get heavier or lighter. Might even end up with a dry race tonight, but it could be any of the above. Currently joining us in qualifying. Sorry, I was just answering Discord. Yeah, you join us with qualifying. I haven't set up any commands. Couple drivers out on track yet, no fast laps currently set, but that's soon to change. We've got Porshkov out, we've got Pryor out, we've got Gossel, pretty much all, well, half the grid is out. What we've done is we've split qualifying down so that we've got half the grid out first, and the other half of the grid out second. It just means that we get more space between drivers, more chance to set a fastest lap. The Uplay or the Discord isn't a command. I just didn't set that up. I might set that up after. But yeah, first couple laps are on the board now. We've got a 139.7 from Porshkov. I don't think that'll be beaten for a while. It depends on how damp it is out on the track. Times that we're looking for tonight, probably low 140s, maybe the 139s as you've seen from Porshkov. Porshkov's a very fast driver. He almost won last week, and he certainly won the week before. I'm going to try and keep my eye on the drivers that are improving the most. We've currently got 4/10 up for Van der Berg. We can see Pryor just pulled over, letting a car pass there. Completely valid. Might have just let his lap go there. Is that alright? Do you need tab still or? So yeah, a couple of drivers improving on their time. Are the intervals on the well, they're improving? I don't know. I'm not really a genius with the keyboard on commentating. I'll let you. I'll keep you updated on the deltas anyhow. Boschkov's still up front. Second up, we've got Davis. We saw him yesterday. Same livery as yesterday. Absolutely fantastic on the McLaren there. Despite the content that's on it underneath. We'll go into detail about that one. So Davis is currently setting a, or he is sitting with a 141.3. Yeah, I've got an external application that allows me to see the delta times. I don't know what the button is in ACC, or if there is a button in ACC to do it though. If there is, let me know and I'll put it on. Should have downloaded all the liveries. Yeah, we do have the Awesome. You can download Awesome, sync it up with us, and you'll see all the liveries. You can see it on the stream anyhow. If there's anything specific that you want to see, let me know. I'll switch to it. Yeah, first 10 minutes of qualifying this evening is the red card drivers. You can see that on the side, it's split nicely. There is one silver driver. He's chosen to go for the second half, and we do have one driver coming in for the second half as well. Having a look a lot further down the grid then, a couple of the times it got set. Camps is currently in third, he's 2 seconds down on Porshkov with a 141.6. We've got Pryor in P4 with a 145.9. Respectable lap time, but I think he can do a lot better than that. He's currently 8/10 up on his lap. There you go, up into third place with a 141.5. Second drivers on the hood mode. Yeah, I mean I can do that, but that's only for the one driver that we're on. I'll just keep it to the broadcasting at the moment. If I wasn't so slow, I'd probably be racing it. Get yourself in, man. You've got drivers that are not too fast here. We've got People down at the bottom, he's 1.6 seconds up. Jonas is on a 142.9. He's improving his lap as well. Doesn't matter if you're slow. I was slow on time. We're all slow on time. Just get yourself in and have some fun. So Porshkov's looking like he's completed his qualifying now. He's returned back to the pit lane. Try not to get confused tonight. We do have two Dreyers on the grid. We've got a Dreyer and a Dreyer, both in McLarens as well, handily, which will be a fun one. It's mostly because I don't really like Zandvoort. Zandvoort's a good track. Probably not in the rain though, but that's what it was voted for. I didn't pick the tracks, so you can't blame me. An incredibly pink McLaren there. Dreyer is apparently pronounced Dreyer. Oh, do apologise. I do butcher names quite frequently, so if I do get a name wrong, put it in chat with the correct spelling, and I'll do my best to correct myself. A car that you don't often see on the grid, Mr. Tony Shoulders in the Lexus there. See on the side, Lexus Elite. But Dreyer and Tranby with the same lap times. Both got a 42.2. It looks like Tranby is improving by about 6/10 now. He'll also get in another lap. You might see him shoot up here to 5th place. There you go. And we'll start seeing everyone else come in. He's pull a slide. But yeah, most people are finishing their laps now. And then we'll start seeing the white card drivers come out for their qualifying sessions. One driver's not set a lap time, Tegas. He's currently on an invalidated lap as well. Not too sure what's going on there, but he should be able to complete the race from the back of the grid anyhow. Interesting mix of cars down tonight. The majority of the red car drivers are fairly mixed, and then the white car drivers are basically all in Ferraris. Which is an interesting one to see. Nonetheless, 10 minutes to go. You can see the drivers piling out the pit lane now. First out is Astakov, and Krasnov followed soon behind him. Two drivers, part of the same team, they race together, SC Racing. Absolutely fantastic livery. You can see ACM on the back of the BMW as well. Any car with an ACM livery, as you know, automatically gets minus 40 on the ballast. I think some drivers to look out for tonight then. Definitely Dreyer. He was the winner of last week's race. Had a championship win with us before as well, so he's definitely got some times coming up. Another driver who's right in front of him as well, Mr. Usaby. For some reason his livery is not loaded. Potentially haven't synced. I'll try and get that fixed at some point. His livery is usually quite a good one, so I'll make sure to try and get that sorted for the race. The final red car driver to complete a lap is Jules. He should be heading back into the pit lane now, hopefully. If not, I'll have to dish out a turn to garage. The only other driver that's out is Simone Tegas. He is currently on a valid lap. I believe he started this lap before the 10 minutes, so hopefully this is his final lap. If not, I'll send him back to the pit lane. Any updates on the guy that wasn't here for the briefing? Not received anything. He said he'd be here for the second half. Hopefully he lets hopefully gets a lap in. If not, it'll be fine to start from the back. There you go, he's just joined in now. Benny Lee at the bottom. He should have enough time to do some laps. Hopefully he's had some practice in the rain too. So first couple lap times are going to be set soon enough. We've got Astakov on a lap at the moment. He's on a clean lap. Mr. Trambalio is on an invalidated lap at the moment. Still 7 minutes left of the qualifying session, more than enough time for drivers to set the laps. Hopefully they've given themselves enough space as well. You can see on the track map, sort of half the track's been filled, half of it hasn't. This will be the final lap from Jules. Might not be able to be here by lap 1. That's no worries, man. You can always watch the stream back as well if you want to. Hey, don't stress yourself, man. Enjoy your dinner. I'll try and be some entertainment if you do watch it, but I can't promise too much. I'll send this guy back to the pit lane, as he's not down to be doing this. So, first couple lap times being set by the white card drivers now. You can see Dreyer set a 139, sorry. 39.9. He's the third driver to break into the 139s tonight. We've also got Krasnov, very little behind him with a 139.9 as well. Yep, Dreyer's got fastest sector 2. Fastest sector 3 is actually not showing for me, which is interesting, but I believe it was set by Porshkov in the first qualifying sector. Who else we've got on the board then? So what you're expecting is the red and the white card drivers is based slightly off of pace. We've got a custom pace rating at ACM. What we do is we split it, so if you got above 50 with your pace rating, then you set as pro, and if you're below, you set as AM, and then obviously that relates to the in-game qualifying session. It is for qualifying only, so during the race you're allowed to race whoever you want. Is Tager still out? Yes, he is. Send him back to the pits as well. I do feel quite bad because he is improving on his lap, but he has had a lot longer. Should have done. Thank you for the reminder there. Ashtikov got a yellow. Looks like he's had an incident there. He might have enough time to get back out. He's definitely a lot faster than a 142. Obviously we've got his teammate in third at the moment with 39.9. Looking at drivers that are improving, got Barry Gibbons in another Ferrari here. He's currently 2/10 up on his lap. It's not enough to improve into 5th place at the moment, but it'll be about a 10th off or so from Michael Firth, who's also in a Ferrari. You can see on the left hand side there, quite a lot of Ferraris on the grid with us tonight. Is the most overpowered car according to Mr. Rick Pixel, and I agree with him, to be honest. Nonetheless, it is not the car in first at the moment. We've got 2 McLarens up at the top. Dreyer's not improving on his lap, currently invalidated. Krasnov not improving on his lap either. Yeah, overpowered at certain tracks. It's very dependent on the driver as well. Obviously with the likes of Porshkov and Dreyer and Krasnov, etc., they're very fast drivers. They can probably take any car up into the 39s in the wet. Weather's staying quite stable at the moment. You can see in half an hour it's increasing, but only by a slight bit. We've still got 1 level of rain on there. That's unfortunate for Eusebi there. He's went a bit wide in the final corner. No issues there. I'll go back onto another lap. Hopefully set a faster one. Yeah, he is. I'll get him back to the pit lane. Thank you. Thank you for pointing this out. I'll make sure to remove that by the end. I will be doing partial stewarding tonight, not full stewarding. If I do get bored at any point during the live broadcast, I'll maybe have a look at some incidents and slip on some 5-second penalties here and there. I'll get that camera angle. That's not a better camera angle, I do apologise. Drea's coming out of the pit lane again, he'll have about 1 or so more laps. Don't know if Ely's going to get in a lap. He's currently still in the pit lane, he might just be sticking to starting at the back. I don't really blame him, to be honest. Fantastic livery on there, as you can see the ACM logos on the wing and side, and he's also got his own Fnatic sponsor as well. If you do want your own livery doing for ACC, the ACM Patreon is available. You can get your own livery for ACC, done by our very own incredibly good livery designer. Joel Kelly, currently down in 9th place with a 141.1. Got a couple tenths in him at the moment, but whether he can put the lap together, we'll see in a moment. Go on board with him for the final lap. What's going to be interesting in the race is the amount of spray and how tight the track is, to be honest. I think he managed to stay on track there. Enjoy your dinner, Mark. I'll potentially see you during the race. If not, no worries. Yeah, Joe Kelly improved on his lap there. Not too much, though. Still on 141.1. He'll have enough time for this lap, and that's it. Krasnov's back in the pit lane now. He's sticking to his 139.9. Drea's still out there. He's currently on an invalid lap, but he will get one more lap in. I love the team name there, Drea, ACM. Not sure we'll get any more faster laps in at the moment. No one's improving significantly. Drea's probably half a tenth up, and that's about it. Everyone else is slower. You can see the driver split has worked out quite well. Only anomalies to that really is Porshkov and Davis, but we do have the red and the white split. A few missing from the grid tonight. We've only got 23 down. We've got 52 signed up, but 14 withdrawn. With it being Easter Sunday, I don't blame anyone for wanting to spend time with family and stuff. We do appreciate everything that comes down on the daily, though. Majority of people looking at the finish lap now will stay on board with Drea for the rest of this lap. He'll be the final driver to cross the line. Yeah, 52 signed up, 14 withdrawn. We've got about 14 missing as well. Be expected with sign-ups, though. We usually get about half drop out, so to say we're only missing 14 is not too bad. Race with 23 as well. We'll take it at Zandvoort. To be honest, it's quite a tight track. So it'd be nice to have a little bit of a break for some of the drivers as well. So that concludes the qualifying. Got Porshkov up in first, he set at 139.6, Dreyer in second with 139.9, Krasnov very close behind him with a 139.9 as well.
Alright, we have some wind conditions. Watch out for curbs.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to resync liveries. I'm going to make sure that I can see everyone's liveries before the race starts. So I'll take you back to this one and see you back for the formation lap.
Fair enough. You alright, Harry?
Hello.
Sorry, Harry, I was going to message you, then Jonas joined, so I started talking to Jonas, and I was trying to put my, what was it? I would leave it on there, Georgia. I need to be able to actually reach it. Yes and no. But yeah, I had to try and put my grips down as well, Harry, underneath my desk to try and hope it absorbs some of the vibrations. No clue. I didn't run any laps. Yeah. Or whether it massively unstabilizes my desk and it makes it worse. Because I've also put some underneath my PC as well, to like try and absorb some of the vibrations going into my PC as well. Um, but it's one of those things where how haven't I got a tire change on? There we go.
We are on the stream now, by the way.
Yeah, no worries. You know, I was just what was it? Completely forgot yesterday. I turned off the like a pit stop on my MFD. So I'm looking at it like, why is it saying in the pit window that basically obviously pit window should be red, but why is it coming up not green for a tire change? Realizing I had it turned off. Yep.
Drivers are filing out for the formation lap now. Full formation lap, then 60 minutes of pure racing.
Yeah, it's run the formation lap. Oh shit! I don't want to be teleported. Sorry, Harry language.
Alright.
I'm gonna try and stop and then catch up. So I need to change my braking dead zone. I'm all good. I just needed to change my braking dead zone. So
Alright, okay.
It's the
I'm
first
hoping I can
time.
catch up.
First time on your new steering wheel, or not?
Oh, I'm probably not going to catch up. I don't think.
Yeah, have you had much practice with your new wheel?
Not massively amount. Oh, I'm TP'd into the pits.
No.
No, it's all good because it gives me time to fix it. I did a race with Tony the other day, but I'm still kind of toying around with things, trying to get used to it. So
Yeah.
Well, I'm still trying to get used to the brake pedal and all that kind of stuff, with where that's how I can apply pressure and all that kind of stuff. So, to be fair, starting from the pit lane is probably the best thing anyway. And I think my pressures are going to be absolutely shocking.
I'd better change the camera. Yes, drivers. I'm lining up. I've just got Ben and Gaven in the pit lane. The timer on the pit lane, by the way, is slightly off. It's as soon as everyone passes the pit lane, you'll be allowed to go, Ben.
Yeah, no worries.
Green light, go, go, go.
And that's green light. Drivers are away. Hopefully it's clean for the start. We did see a bit of carnage yesterday. Hopefully drivers leaving enough room. Looking back, it seems to be alright so far. I'm not trying to jinx anything. I am touching wood. It's looking clean so far. Quite a tight section. Hopefully drivers file into single file here. If not, they'll end up losing a lot of positions. But we have kept it clean so far. I'm not seeing any yellow flags on the map. Portugal's running away with it at the moment, closely followed by Drea. They'll be chasing him for the rest of the race. Zandvoort Pretty phenomenal track, not in the rain, it's good in the dry, very twisty, some very good corners on there, a lot of elevation too. So we're seeing a lot of drivers sort of varying their laps, varying their overtaking spots. And I managed to get the livery synced up there. It's a very nice one from Yuzebi. Not seen the baby blue on him before, but it definitely works well. Further down the grid then, what moves are being made? Got Chris Davis and Trambalio. Trambalio didn't manage to make the move on the outside there. I reckon that'll be a move pending for the rest of the race though. Two drivers that started in the pit lane, Mr. Ely and Gaven, are sort of catching up to the grid now. Might even see a battle between oh, never mind.
Worse, you cursed it. I was trying to let him by and just completely outbraked myself.
Might see a battle and then continues on straight.
Yeah.
I think the closest battle on track at the moment is still Trambalio and Davis. We have got an overtake that's just being made by Tramby on Dreyer, but I think Dreyer might have dropped back a couple of places on the first corner there. Still an incredibly clean race so far. We've had 3 total contacts, and I think most of that, to be fair, was probably door banging. So try and keep that going for the rest of the race. It looks like Camps has had an issue, not sure if that was contact related or he spun on himself. Kept it going again though, so hopefully we'll see him back up in the pack. If there's no damage, he won't have too much to worry about for the pit stop. There is one mandatory pit stop tonight, 20-minute pit window that'll open between the minutes of 40 and 20. If the driver does not take the mandatory pit, they'll be disqualified. Poshkov's managed to build up about a 1 second gap to Dreyer now. Dreyer will be trying to catch up for the remainder of the race. Might get something on the pit stops, and even if Poshkov makes a mistake at any point, I'm sure Dreyer will be eyeing to catch up that gap. Grid's definitely starting to spread out now. We've got a couple people that are about 3/10 away from each other. You can see Pryor on the back of Ashtikov here as well. Not sure there'll be a move made into turn 1, but we might see something potentially further on into sector 2. Two drivers incredibly fast, incredibly clean as well. I think that was a move up the inside from Vegas, but he did outbrake himself, so Tramby's kept his position. Another driver that's quite close is now his Dreyer, and he's right behind Tegas, who ran wide on the first corner. So we might see these two drivers catch up, might see Tegas pull away. I'll keep my eye on the situation while trying to keep in contact with everyone else as well. Up at the front, Phoenix and Dreyer. About 5/10 between these two, both very fast drivers, very clean as well. They'll probably be wanting to work together to catch up to Poshkov and try not waste too much time. There is a 2-second gap now to P1, but as I said, that might change during the pit stops. Further down the grid, Camps is getting his way back up. He's looking for a move on that very nice livery of Beardmore there, the gold McLaren. Slightly wide, Camps has kept it on the inside. Not enough power it seems for Camps to make the move. He might try to switch back onto this corner though. Beardmore's kept it to the inside, kept it tight, but Camps has got a lot more speed. It'll be a drag race down to this corner. We'll see who comes out on top of that one. Got Camps on the outside, whoever's latest on the brakes. Looks like Camps got the inside, Beardmore going to stick it around the outside. He's going to maintain it for the inside in the next corner, but Camps is wanting it as well, and there's a McLaren on the inside as well. That was Gaven on the inside of that corner, looking to make a move. It allowed Camps to get through, but Beardmore kept his position for P23. That's the action that we love to see here. Very clean, tidy, and both well aware of the space as well. At the front, still got Chris Davis trying to catch up to Kelly in front of him. Got Trambalio behind him. We'll try and keep an eye on that. Phoenix still chasing down on Dreyer. Like I said, it'd be a battle for those two, whoever can keep up to first. Quite a quiet race going at the moment, Ben.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get get into the flow of things at the minute.
Yeah, how are you finding the wheel?
I'm still loving it.
Yep.
I was
Difficult
torn
in
it,
the
but
rain,
yeah.
though.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting adjustment for first race to a new wheel. Because obviously the brakes are locking up a lot more as well.
Yep.
So I'm really feeling that as well, yeah.
Yeah, how's direct drive? Does it feel much different to the...
Oh, mega, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, nice. I'll try and remain in the action. Looks like Trembalio has made the move past Davis. We'll try and see if we can get that, get the overtake seen there. Davis kept it clean. Maybe it was a bit of an oversteer that caused him to. Oh no, he went a little bit wide, got on the gravel, and that allowed for Trembalio to make the most of it and go for a move at the inside there. Opportunistic, perfect move done there. We'll see if Davis can get that back at any point. Looks like Krasnov is now pressuring Uzebi, and that's given Dreyer a bit of a break. There's now a 1 second gap between those two. Go on board with Krasnov here. He's got Gibbons immediately behind him as well, and who's also 5/10 in front of Firth. So we've got pretty much an almost three-way, four-way battle for P3 at the moment. See all four cars in front of Firth here. Bit of a gap between the two. It's not between the two, between the four. But it's all in contention for P3. Obviously quite a long race today, so drivers will be looking to make the most of the time that they got, the gaps that they got, and also trying to maintain the tyres and the fuel as well.
I was going to say, this more rain needs to come quicker, sooner rather than later. My tyres are overheating already.
Yeah,
same.
if people are on wet tyres, in the damp conditions that it is now, it's not raining enough to maintain the tyres really. It's only enough to be better than the slicks.
That might have been where I probably downforce should have taken the risk. Because is it a damp track still, isn't it? So.
Yeah, damp track still. Track conditions 19 and 19. Welcome in, John. Hope you're driving a good Easter with the family.
Me?
He said John.
Yeah, John Gray. Gray for the win. Yeah, 3.2 down on Porsche at the moment. He's also got, well, he was having a bit of pressure from Uzebi behind, but the potential of these three behind him have sort of got the most of that. These two are currently side by side. I'm not sure a move will be made during this section here. It's quite a tight section. Not really any grip on the outside of the track. We might be able to make a better move on the outside. But nothing done there. You can see the Lexus of Mr. Tony Shoulders as well. He's got the Lexus Elite.
Whereabouts is Mr. Shoulders?
So Shoulders in 17th at the moment. Obviously that'll swiftly move it to a P1.
Yes, yeah. Well, I'm surprised I've not seen Tony Shoulders' fastest lap yet.
Yeah, it should be coming soon. Speaking of fastest lap, currently set by Porshkov, no doubt. He's currently set a 40.2. Oh, the real livery on Tony's car, absolutely. It works so well with the Lexus, I think. Orange from the front to the back, and he works well with his brand as well, so. Well, thanks, just got home. I was racing against Adriel weekend in the Spa 24 hour. Nice. Yeah, 24 hours are always good. Must be an interesting one with the time change though. Stint planning must have been horrendous.
They technically did 25 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, just missed out an hour. Giving it for free. So this gap is starting to spread out a little bit more now. Alexa wouldn't allow me alarm past 1:30 AM. Yeah. Yeah, try and set your alarm for 2 AM on Sunday 31st of March. Possible challenge. Yeah, this gap for P3 started to spread out now. Krasnov is still 4 tenths behind Phoenix, but now 1.2 behind to Gibbons. I reckon it'll continue for the rest of the race. Probably not as close, but for the pit stops we might see some more action in there. Go on board with Tony, see what he's doing behind the Audi. He's only 3 or 4 tenths behind him at the moment, so we might see Tony making an overtake, which would be good to see from the Lexus. Incident-wise, exceptionally clean this race so far, which I'm proud of. As you can see, Tony going on the outside there. Hopefully he keeps it clean so I haven't just jinxed it. Going for a dive on the inside, he might have been able to make it stick. That's a pretty much perfect move in my books. Kept it clean, kept it on the inside, late on the brakes, just about perfect, and got the position over Gossel. Mr. Jonas behind, he's currently in the call with us as well.
Oh no!
I'll try and
I've gone straight on.
I'll try and not do the commentator's curse for you, Jonas.
No problem.
You said Ben went straight on.
Yeah,
Same corner again.
Well, I was racing the McLaren in front of me and outbraked myself.
What's happened to? Was Beardmore? Has he dropped back a bit or?
So I'm roughly about 2 seconds a lap quicker than him and the guy in front. So
It's good going then.
but obviously it's just trying to find a way past, really.
Apologies for the stream. I'm just trying to find the replay time for the incidents. Fabulous move from the legend in the Lexus. Yeah, that was exceptional. Probably one of the best moves I've seen done at Zandvoort, and of course it's in the Lexus. So extra points for that one.
Yeah, surely that automatically defaults to him winning the race, right?
Yeah, he's now in P1. No pixel tuning in. Not yet. Not seen a wild pixel out yet.
How are you seeing the times, Harry? The time's actually falling because I was gaining time just by naturally driving then.
The time on Beardmore in front.
Or just like naturally with people, or like the lap times coming down.
The fastest lap is staying the same. Still a 140.2. I'm not seeing anyone majorly improving that. They're all in sort of the 142s, 43s at the moment. So
Well, okay.
Poshkov himself is setting 140.7.
Yeah, we don't count him.
Beardmore livery too, yeah, I do like that livery. Gold McLaren. Beardmore motors on the side.
Is that the McLaren that's in front of me?
The McLaren that's in front of you, yeah.
Oh, that was close. I had a drift on the air coming on through that corner.
Expecting Pryor to be finishing P1 in the Aston. Yeah, I do wish I was racing tonight. The Zandvoort's quite a good one in the Aston. As we mentioned, that Pryor's gone on slightly wide. He was a lot closer to Ashtakov start of the race. He's about 5 tenths now. He's down to 1.3. Potentially a move by Trambalio there. He's definitely looking for space to Kelly in front of him. Hop on board with him, see what he gets done. Obviously this section will be a hard one to do. John said no pressure to you.
Due to me,
Yeah.
where it's alright, he's just gone off at the straight, so he did what I did, so
Yeah, that'll be an easy move for you then.
yeah.
And most risking on dries? No, I think most are on wets. So it'll be very high pressured wets, I assume.
Yeah,
so the longer they
I'm
go on,
32.2 at the minute and 32.8 on my rear left, which
I
is my
reckon-
hottest at the minute.
I reckon we might see some drivers pitting for another set of wets. It is a fixed refuel. Sorry, the refuel's not allowed, is it? It's a mandatory tyre change. So yeah, we might see some drivers changing over to another set of wets, or we will actually see a set of wets.
It's meant to increase rain as well.
Yeah, so it'll give them a chance to change the pressures. I just don't think the dries are losing too much time or anything. They get too cold and be too slippery. So yellow flag for Pacherna there. He's unfortunately had an off. We'll see what he can see if he did anything there. I reckon it was might have gone too wide on the outside of this corner. Or maybe hit the curve on this one here. I didn't see anything there. Too wide on this corner. There you go. Just spanning round. Fortunately, I don't think he got any damage. Slight tap to the rear on the wall there, but I think he should be fine from that one. Wet's giving me the most problems overheating and couldn't get the pressures right. Yeah, it's an interesting situation when the track's like this, to be honest. It's up to the drivers and what they want to do. Obviously, the pressures will be the hardest to match, what with the rain and everything. And we'll obviously see the tyres degrade a lot faster. Portugal's now in the 141.5s, and there's no one else anywhere near the 140s, so tyre degradation is going to be a big factor here. We've got 2 minutes left until the pit window, so we'll start seeing some drivers come in for a pit stop. But we also might see some changes up at the front here. Michael Firth currently 6/10 down on Gibbons, Krasnov 5/10 on Phoenix. Jump on board with that now that they're 3/10 between them. Yeah, class differences. It's mainly, well, it was only for qualifying. What we did was we split qualifying down. First 10 minutes was half the grid, second 10 minutes was the other half of the grid. It is based on a pace rating, but it's not set in stone. So obviously what we try and do is we try and get the slower half in one section and the faster half in the other section. You can see it's worked out alright. Only anomalies really today is Davis, Gavens and Pacherna, sorry. Obviously got Portugal up in P1 as well. He doesn't actually have a pace rating, but that's for certain reasons. Yeah, it doesn't mean anything for the race. It's just for showing the race really. But it did mean in qualifying that the group was split. How much practice are you guys putting in each week for each race? I've only managed an hour or two at best with work getting in the way. How much practice do you usually do, Ben?
Depending on how well I can do, like I did some on Zandvoort last night. Depending on, yeah, basically it's more kind of comes down to time constraints. Kind of, if we get enough time, I'll probably put quite a bit into it. If I've got nothing else planned.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I know I can't race Tuesday,
Window is open.
so I'll probably be looking at practicing for something on Thursday that I'm probably going to be looking at doing. So I'll put as much time in as I can.
I think for most drivers it's like that. It's just when they can do practice, they put some practice in, and obviously if they can't, no big deal. You still get the hour before the race, still get qualifying as well. Me for one, I know that I use qualifying as practice, but that's just me. First driver into the pit lane, got Krasnov. He's managed to make it in there nicely. Yeah, like John said, an hour or two is fine depending on your experience. I usually just hop in qualifying and hope to get some pace in.
Yeah, but that's
Obviously,
because you're an alien, Harry.
I'm not an alien. I've just had a lot of experience on a certain wheel that's allowed me to understand cars a lot better. When you don't have force feedback, you're kind of forced to learn what a car does. Yeah, Krasnov first in the pit lane. He's obviously going to lose a lot of positions on track, but he'll come out and be able to hopefully do some undercutting on the cars in front of him. I'll keep my eye out for anyone else going in the pits. He might have also been feeling a bit of pressure from behind from Yuzebi, from Gibbons. Yuzebi and Dre are currently. Don't let him fool you. Harry is certainly an alien. I'm going to deny the allegations. I'm certainly not an alien, not as much as not as much as you, Bragger. Harry can't do it too much practice. Alien will come in. Yeah, well, you know, don't make me do it. Yeah, we'll find out for what I do on the Nodge Life on Friday, because that's all that's what I'm gonna be doing all week.
In before it was a massive April Fool's that it just doesn't release.
Oh, if they don't release it, I'm going to be angry. Never driven Nodge Life. That's criminal.
Oh, I'm not looking forward to it, to be fair.
Ah, it's going to be amazing. I cannot wait. The instant it comes out on Steam, I'll be buying it, that's for sure. Another driver that we've got currently in the pits. So we've got Tegas off the track, but he's managed to rejoin safely. Another driver in the pits at the moment. We've got Jules. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce the last name, I do apologise. Jules in the pit lane now. He'll be taking his pit stop at a weird angle. Potentially even returning to pit lane. We'll see what develops from that. Krasnov has emerged from the pit lane down in 20th, but obviously everyone else in front of him is yet to pit. Speaking of drivers that are up at the front, an absolutely massive gap that Oshkov's now pulled on Dreyer, 8 seconds in front. Absolutely phenomenal from him. Rookie average at best. The Moser R12 getting used to some rattles. Moser R12 is good. Like John said, plenty of help at ACM to keep moving up the ranks and building your sim speed. Absolutely. I mean, Ben, you've been first-hand experience of that, haven't you?
100%.
When did you start sim racing?
Probably 3 months tops.
Yeah, and I mean you're in. Well, this race you started from the pit lane.
Yeah. Well, admittedly, the pit lane was me trying to sort out my dead zone in my braking, thinking I could catch up again, but I couldn't in time.
Interesting tactic. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm kind of playing catch up now and just trying to settle into a rhythm, but on a track I barely know on a new wheel, so
in the
it's an interesting one. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, as I was saying, interesting tactic that we've just seen there. Dreyer gone to the inside of the track on the start-finish road, probably trying to get the water to cool the tyres down a bit. What's your pressures looking like now?
For me, I'm still 32.8 on the rear left.
31.8.
And not too bad, but it's just still quite high for the wets there though. But it is, as we said, to be expected. Couple more drivers in the pit now. Got Joel Kelly and Tegas is in the pit lane now. Might be repairing the damage. See how long they spend. Looking at the statistics, Krasnov spent 34 second stops. That's about what we expect. He's just making his positions back up now as we see more drivers going into the pits. Hag yourself, you've just gone into the pits.
Yeah. Adjusted the tire pressures a bit.
Yeah, hopefully you can bring that down a bit. I don't think the rain will change too much now. Half an hour it's still showing 1 level of rain. John's kind of the resident pro at ACM unofficially. I think it is official with the amount of trophies that you got behind your name, John.
He's the most successful, definitely.
Yeah, and I think that stands for something. I'm not sure we'll see anyone else with 4 championship trophies anytime soon.
One thing I am glad of though is that there's slightly less sign-ups for this evening, which kind of helps me in the championship still.
Yeah, definitely. When we've got less people down the grid, You've got to make the most of it, because we've had about 35 or so for the previous couple of races, but due to it being Easter and all that, we've had quite a lot of sign-outs as well. A bit more about ACM then. This is the 6th round Sunday. This is round 5 of the 6th round Sunday. We're racing at Zandvoort. There's one more round left, which we're announcing at the end of this stream. And after that, we'll be going into Second Chance Sunday. That was announced this evening. It's basically giving the tracks that weren't voted this season a second chance next season. Hopefully add some variety in there. What else we got going on? Discord series going on. We had the Discord series finale yesterday. You'll see that stream, or you'll see the VOD posted on our Twitch and our YouTube. Discord Series Season 2 is also starting on Tuesday. We've got the European Sprint, another track vote that we'll be announcing tonight. And then on Friday as well, we've got a 69-minute series return. That's part of the Discord series as well, and we'll be racing at Nordschleife for that one, so that'll be a fun one to watch. More drivers in the pit lane now. We've got Porshkov just come in and done his pit stop. We've got Vanderberg currently in there as well. Ren is also in the pit lane. Krasnov currently made his way. He was the first one to pit. He's currently back now in 14th. So he's still got all those people in front of him to do their pit stop as well. I reckon he'll emerge out back up in 4th or 5th position. Out the start there. All goal bangs from people. That's a very late on the brakes, which was almost, to be fair, almost stuck to. They've just got a bit of oversteer on the entry when they were doing that, but it is the rain, so it's to be expected. As I was saying earlier, quite a clean race so far. We've had a couple of cars around the grid having some incidents, some door bangs, as we're seeing now. That's what's happened to Camps. We saw him drop back earlier. Starting to see some laps, some cars lapping each other now as well. You've just seen Dreyer and Phoenix lapping the pink Baron. We'll hop on board with Usaby, currently running in P2. Obviously that's because Porshkov's done his pit stop. He's chasing down Dreyer. Dreyer was hoping to try and combat Porshkov this evening, but I don't think he will. Porshkov managed to build himself about a 10-second or so gap. Eyes on the weather, currently predicted in half an hour to be extremely heavy rain, so that'll be an interesting one to finish off with. Might not get too much of it, but for the final lap definitely we'll have some rain. Might even see the tyres coming back towards the end there as well. Like we've got a stop go 30 seconds for Davis. That's unfortunate. Before it's been in the pit lane incident.
That stop go only helps me out.
Was it a stop go for being in pit lane? Did you see that?
Not too sure, but he came out of the pit lane and got it, so I'm assuming so.
Right, 'cause he's in the pit lane again now, so I think he might be.
Yeah, because he was about 5
Yeah.
seconds up the road from me, and I've got to do my stop yet. So we should hopefully come out more or less together.
Yeah.
And I've just been sorting my pressures, ready to come in now. So
Boschkoff's busy making his way back to the grid. Drea's now in the pit lane, so is Phoenix. Sorry, Userby. People still left to pit. We've got Gibbons first, Drea. Obviously Drea's in the pit lane now. We've got Pryor and Gavin.
got myself.
Yep. Ben Ely in 11th at the moment. Got Drea number 2 behind you.
Yeah, I see the fast boys that come in. I hopefully won't get a drive through this time.
Sorry, just applying a penalty there. So I'll have a look at where Boschkoff's going to come out in relation to Krasnov. Krasnov's now currently ahead of Userby, and Drea's also made his way. Well, Drea's actually lost the position to Userby as well. So obviously a faster pit stop from nothing there. Drea spent 34 seconds in the pit lane compared to Userby with 32 seconds. Similarly, Boschkoff 32 seconds, Krasnov 34. Seems like the undercut has worked for Krasnov. He's made himself into provisional P2, which is good going from him. His teammate Astakov down in 9th at the moment. He's initially made up some good positions since the start. He started in, I believe, 11th place, so yeah, definitely gone up 2. Pryor currently yet to pit. He's one of 3 drivers yet to pit. He is currently sat in 3rd, starting in 13th, so that's good going, but obviously the pit will drop him down a bit. 6 minutes left of the pit window. Still got plenty of time to make anything happen, so we'll see how that develops.
Does it feel to have good rubber under me again? The overheating must have absolutely shredded my first set.
Yeah. Yeah, Pryor's just gone in for his pit stop now, and so is Gibbons as well. So it's just currently Firth left out on track. Not sure how his tyres are doing. Not even sure if it's the best bet to stay out like he's doing. But we'll see towards the end. Obviously the tyres will be a lot healthier for their final stint. So we'll see if he makes some moves on the drivers towards the end. Got yellow flag for Pacherna there. Looks like he managed to regain it, but a bit of damage on the front of the Ferrari there, so hopefully he won't have to return to the pit lane. But I think ideally Pryor's looking to come out just behind Astakov. Is currently here. Go on board with Astakov, see where Pryor emerges from the pit lane in relation. And is Pryor moving yet? Astakov goes right by. Pryor's now moving. You can see Astakov in front of the Ferrari there, so potentially lost some time. He will be on fresher tyres, but he has lost some time taking the later pit stop to Astakov in front, so keep an eye on him, see if he gains anything back. back on board with Drea and Phoenix then. So Drea is currently 0.2 behind Usaby. But you might be struggling on the pressures or the tyres, so you might have got the pressures wrong. See how that continues. First now in the pit lane, and that is, I believe, everyone doing their mandatory pit stop. So we'll start seeing how the grid's going to shape for the rest of the race. Got Krasnov in provisional P2, followed by Usaby and Drea. So in the time that Drea and Usaby have been battling, Krasnov has been able to make the most of that and get 2-second gap advantage on Usaby.
This is not where I want Usaby and Drea to catch me.
Looks like Drea's had a bit of an issue there. He's got a lot of damage on the front of that McLaren. Was just overtaken by his teammate Davis and by Jonas as well. So while he's limping back to the pit lane, we'll potentially see some repairs being made there. Going very slow. So obviously got a lot of damage on the front of that McLaren.
Hopefully that allows me to come back then.
Yeah, that's at least one position, I think.
I'm hoping.
You're down in 19th now, so you got Gossel 15 seconds in front of you.
Is Gossel stopped?
Gossel
I think
had...
he spun.
Yeah, he had a bit of an incident. He's just been lapped by Porshkov, so some time there as well. I think a driver that we've not really covered the success of tonight is Tony Shoulders. He's down in 12th at the moment, 5 seconds ahead of Pacherna, and he's about 11 seconds down on Tramby, so definitely a good performance by Mr. Tony Shoulders there.
Indeed. He was rapid on Friday when I was racing with him.
Yeah, I think the Lexus is, despite its many vulnerabilities, is actually doing really well for him.
He's got back under control of it.
Yeah. All it takes is a fantastic livery with the Lexus Elite hashtag on the side of it.
Exactly that.
Might potentially see what happened between these two here. Nothing on that one, but it was the number 13 car, I believe, that we saw limping back around the track earlier. I'm going to try and find what happened with him. Oh, it looks like that's what's happened then. So yeah, I'll try and get a better angle on that. So the number 13 car of Dreyer is now down into last position. Ferrari of might be Firth or Gibbons came back on the track, didn't leave him enough room there. 86, I think that was. Sorry, number 86. That's Michael Firth. Yeah. Bit of an interesting incident there. Went wide, came back onto the racing line. Obviously a lot slower, and then that caused the 13 to go into the wall. Tony's really been making progress in his sim racing career. Absolutely, yeah. Love the buzz he has for sim racing. Same for Ely as well. Great to see his rookies so keen to dedicate the time to sim racing. Yeah, and what better way to spend it with ACM, eh? Obviously with the community that we've got behind us. The rewards that we offer as well, the races that we offer. Good way to get started. If you are watching, you want to join our Discord, you want to join in, get in the action, I'll send a link now. as I mentioned earlier, got 2 or 3 more events this week. Got round 6 of the 6th round Sunday, a week today. Got the European Sprint on Tuesday and the 69 minutes at Nordschleife on the Friday. Wow, that was incredibly late on the brakes there from, I think that's Astakov. See if we can see exactly what happened with that one. Yeah. Definitely late on the brakes, but the question is whether 87 was going a lot slower than they should have.
Oh, that's not where I want to find a sideways Aldi.
Yeah, I think that was the Audi of Gossel that's just had a bit of a moment there. We'll have a look on the replay and see what happened. Yeah, sat on the track there, maybe trying to get the car restarted.
Yeah, it's not where I wanted to find an Aldi.
Yeah, you came around the corner and there's just an Audi in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unfortunate to see, but be able to regain the time, hopefully not too much damage on there as well. But we've still got Dreyer and Userby battling for position up at the front. And you can see Krasnov not too far in front of those as well. Maybe Krasnov has had a couple issues, maybe a couple slower laps, which has allowed the Ferrari and the McLaren of Userby and Dreyer to catch up a little. A driver that's lost out by quite a lot is Fur. Not too sure what's happened with him, but he was up in the sort of 5th and 6th position, so interesting to see what happened there post-race. Obviously there's a 5-second penalty, you can see it on the left-hand side for Tranby. Not going to benefit Firth at the moment, he's 15 seconds down, but if he does manage to close that gap, then he'll be able to take advantage of that. We'll go on the wing of Krasnov now. Obviously a massive wing quite impedes the view, but that is the BMW. Grell will be hungry for more positions, obviously he's looking for a podium, nevertheless he'll be looking for a second as well. All these drivers have got to do for the final 15 minutes is just keep it clean really. No point getting yourself into an incident, no point trying to battle it out until death, because then you're going to end up losing the position to yourself. Not yet got ACC, or you're looking for a game on Steam, have a look at Uplay, do discounted game keys. I think ACC is up to about 83% off, so it's a good way to get into the sim racing scene. Definitely a way to get ACC as well. All the DLCs are about 80% off as well. Just got some pretty exclusive deals on there. I've posted a link in the chat. If you want it again, let me know, and I'll post it again. This is currently still the closest battle that we've got going on track. Obviously you can see getting a lot closer by the second though. You can see the 3 cars, the BMW, the Ferrari and the McLaren. Racing to their absolute best to try and fight for second. I think Polshkov has run away with this one though. He's up 15 seconds on Krasnov, and these three are battling, so it's only going to increase. Could potentially be a move for one of the three here. It's getting very close between them. Yuzubi's chosen the outside. It's not going to be fruitful for him. And it looks like Drea's not managed to get anything out of that either. Going to be staying behind each other at the moment. Very late on the brakes by Drea, but he managed to keep it out of the rear of the Ferrari. Krasnov actually looks quite unstable in that BMW up front. We see him on a couple of corners getting a bit unsteady on the exit. Maybe he's running a bit of lower TC to try and get a better exit, but potentially it's not benefiting him in any way. Looks like Dre's going to slightly go wide there. That'll lose him a lot of time. You can see all three drivers going to the inside of the track to try and cool the tyres down a bit. It's a very difficult track to overtake on Zandvoort already. You've got to rely on the driver in front making a mistake. As I was saying about Krasnov, he's looking a bit unsteady on the exit, so what Eusebi will be looking for is one of those exits to be a bit slower than he is, and he needs to try and make the most of that. We saw him on the outside here on the last lap. We'll see if we can see him on the outside again, or maybe even the inside. Gray will be looking for the both of them to be battling and going side by side, because that will allow him to make the most of that and getting back the time that he lost. So it looks like Eusebi's chosen to go for the outside again. Might stick back to the inside. He's definitely got space. He's definitely going to look at the inside, but he might not have the means to do so. We could even see a dive bomb at some point. With 12 minutes left of the race, they're all desperate for it. Moves are going to get a lot more desperate, but hopefully we'll keep it clean at the same time.
Nah, they'll all DNF each other, so I gain 3 places.
That'll mean it'll be a Gibbons and a Kelly on the podium.
I'm more interested in the podium places I would gain.
Well, it would only put you up to 14th, but it would put Mr. Tony Shoulders into the top 10, so...
That'd be huge.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, Mr. Tony Shoulders is used to winning every race, and he does have a McLaren up his rear at the moment. Try and keep my eye on what's going on the rest of the grid. We've got Gavin, who started at the back. He's making a move on Pryor, so absolutely phenomenal going from him, and that was a very clean move as well. We saw that being done with almost no effort at all. It looks like Pryor's potentially got a bit of damage on the front, so might have had an off at some point. But that was a very clean move, very clean and tidy move made by Gavin there. Go on board with Chris Davis. Dive Bomb Motorsports is currently about 4/10 down on Mr. Tony Shoulders in the Lexus in front. Don't see very many Lexuses on the grid in ACC anymore. Absolutely fantastic sounding car. We'll go on board with it now so you can have a listen to that. You see by the weather as well, now 10 minutes until heavy rain, so ooh, that's a move up the inside. Very clean move up the inside by I almost missed as well by Davis there. Looks like Tony's probably giving it up. He'll let Polshkov through as well. That's a smart way to do it. Davis will lose some time. He's a very fast driver, Davis, so I didn't expect anything much from the two of these drivers. Tony's a sensible driver as well, got a sensible head on. He'll let the faster driver through. No point battling someone that's only going to make you lose time, and you can also gain from their lap times as well. So I think that was the smart move to make. Seems to me like the top 5 have got caught in some back markers. Dre's dropped back a little bit. Still got Eusebi and Krasnov battling out for P2.
Oh no! I feel terrible.
What's happened?
So the BMW that was really catching me, coming through the final corner, I didn't have the greatest like entry into it, so he was right behind me. I can only assume like he wasn't used to the like the effect of not having like the air going into him, and he loses the front ends in the Beamer
Yep,
in the
yeah,
final corner.
he touched the gravel just slightly.
Oh no!
That's what it looks like. So yeah, that's unfortunate. He got a bit of front end damage, but he's kept it going, so he'll hopefully be able to make it last. Side by side at the moment, Eusebi's chosen the outside again. Will it be fruitful? I don't think so. Tiny bit of contact there, nothing too major. These two just need to keep it clean, really. We'll stay with them for now. There's not really anything else happening on the grid. We've got a yellow flag from Gossel, but he's managed to regain the position on track. I'm going to skip back to this now because Drea's up by 1 second. Krasnov's gone wide on the end of the on that corner, and that is the gap that Eusebi needed. Whether he's going to be able to make that stick on the first corner, we'll try and get a good camera angle on it. He is on the outside. Krasnov's on the inside. He'll have a better run. They're currently side by side through sector 1. Another tiny tap there. Let's try and keep it clean, guys. Oh, that's not what we like to see. I might have jinxed that for those two there, but Eusebi is in the wall. He's recovered it. Bit of damage on the Ferrari. 7 minutes left. It's not what we wanted to see. He's still kept it in top 5 though, but whether he'll be able to gain the time back on that now is anyone's guess, really. I think the major winner from that incident was Drea, who's now currently in P2. As I was saying earlier in the stream, it's always going to happen towards the end here. Drivers are going to get more desperate for a position, and they'll try and make moves in sector 1 where it's harder to overtake. Welcome back, Mark. What have you missed? Not too much. Well, actually, I say that. Got Gavin up into 8th position. He started in the pit lane, so that's incredibly good going from him. We've also had a major battle for 2nd, which is now claimed by Drea. Drea is down in 21st. He had a issue. I can probably try and show it on stream again. He Berth was rejoining, and he got a slight tap on the front there, and caused him to get some damage, and he had to return to the pit lane. So yeah, that's what happened to Drea. It actually looks like Eusebi's managed to catch up to Krasnov now. I'm not sure if Krasnov had another moment. He might be struggling on tyres. Don't forget, he did pit very early into the race, so his tyres will be struggling a lot more, which is why we saw him sort of getting a bit of oversteer on the corner exits here. These two have been battling for absolutely ages now. Andrea is going to be running away with it. He's 2.5 seconds up on Krasnov now. Eusebi won't be happy. He might be happy for a P3, but he'll be wanting that P2. Planning to watch while this match was going back to use the PC to stream it. No worries, mate. You enjoy the football match. We've only got 5 minutes left of the race anyhow, so you should be able to finish this and then go back to the football.
Yeah, nothing will happen in 5 minutes, surely.
Don't jinx it. We've currently got Eusebi on the outside of Krasnov again. He's looking to get the switch back. Both sort of got a bit of oversteer on the exit there, so neither of them are going to have the run. BMW's got a lot of straight line speed. You can see it just taking off during the straight there. So maybe he's running a lower rear wing as well. Yeah, Porshkov's got his way 17 seconds ahead of Drea. A massive gap there. He did have a collision with a back marker, I believe. We've got a yellow flag for Vandenberg again. That's unfortunate. Maybe a bit more damage on there, but 4 minutes to go. Hopefully he'll be able to keep it out of the pit lane. I see why someone said please dive into it. There's no need for the Porshkov abuse. He is 17 seconds ahead. He is a bit of an alien. Well, when I say crash, I haven't actually seen it. It might have been only a minor thing. Yeah, just a slight bump there. Maybe not aware of where the back marker was. That might have been. It was kind of a 715. No, it was Davis. They both got the livery going. But it wasn't too bad of a major incident. So he hasn't lapped half the grid, right? Boshkov's currently lapped. Yeah, half the grid. We're up to about where Camps is now. Yeah, good going from Borshkov. Obviously, he's an absolute menace behind the wheel. It looks like these two are still battling a bit further out between them. But a closer battle on track is Firth and Framby at the moment. Firth obviously up in 5th and 5th and 6th position at the start. He'll be trying to gain these positions back. On the outside for this corner, he might be able to make a move onto the inside, but he's going to have to stick to the outside. That'll lose him some time there. Keeps the exit clean, he might be able to get some of the slipstream down into the corner. It'll be up to him on the brakes though. 2 minutes left of the race. Like I said, drivers are going to be getting desperate for these final positions.
No, my engine stopped.
Your engine stopped?
Oh no!
You're behind me now. But it's a big gap.
You
I
ran
need
out
it to
of
happen
fuel,
again.
Hmm?
What happened to the engine?
I know, I was leaving P2 and 3 behind, but I went off. And then suddenly I didn't have any... I couldn't throttle. But I restarted it. But I have 17 seconds behind me, so it's fine.
It just makes the gap look smaller than what it was. I think you've been lapping quicker than me anyway, Jonas.
Yeah,
That was-
143 all the time.
Yeah, massively. I've been having some stinkers.
That was almost a replica of the Krasnov and Yuzubi incident there, just not as bad. Obviously, it's incredibly difficult to have the side-by-side battles through Sector 1 and do it clean. That corner's probably the worst for it as well, because the driver on the inside will always brake later, not as much grip there, and they'll end up crashing into the driver on the outside. It's also a difficult one to judge from the steward's perspective, so we're going to leave it until after the race. But obviously it was on stream for you guys to see.
If it can be like a 2-lap penalty, that'd be brilliant.
You're just looking to gain as many as you can.
Well, sometimes you just got to use your Patreon bonus, haven't you?
The unspeakable Patreon bonus.
All the white exit line on the pit lane.
Yeah, if you cross over that with one tyre, you get a drive through.
Or if you ask the admins and the stewards a question, you get a time penalty as well.
Yeah. Or if your wheel decides to stop working, you also get shouted at.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Can't forget that incident. So final lap then. We'll go on board with Porshkov. We'll let him finish off. Looks like it'll be Krasnov and then use Zebi in that order. I don't think there'll be another change there. Looking down the grid as well, everyone's a lot further out in the second, so I think this is the solidified final finishing positions. Obviously with 5 seconds for Tranby, it's not going to affect anything. He's about 15 seconds ahead of Davis, so there's enough time for him there. Obviously any post-race penalties that get applied will also
Oh, I thought this car in front of me was Kelly just having an issue, so I was, so I wasn't going to overtake him. But it turns out it's Tegas who's lapped.
Oh, is he letting you go?
Yeah. So, but because obviously the back end of Kelly's Ferrari is black, and so is the end of Tegas. So I'm like, oh, this is just Kelly that's had a bit of an issue, and then he's just kind of coasting it to the end.
Dre needs to continue racing. He's pulled over to the side and he's... It looks like he's finishing the race now, but yeah, easy mistake to make on ACC that. You don't realise it's the race finish because obviously it gets announced once the leader crosses the line, but yeah, he's realised now. Dre looks like he smashed into the wall at the end, fair enough. But he did finish P2, obviously... Oh, it looks like Yusebi made the move on Krasnov. Interesting. I completely missed that one. Let's see if I can see the move being done. Maybe Krasnov went wide on the final corner and then something happened. Yeah, very slow there. Let him through. Might have been for that incident actually. It'd be interesting to see what the post-race conversation about that one is. But well done to Mr. Yusebi for getting the P3. As I said, Krasnov P4, Gibbons P5, very respectable effort there. Kelly P6, got Ashtikov just finished now in P7. Gaven, absolutely phenomenal performance there. Obviously started from the pit lane and finished in 8th. Got to commend that really. I couldn't do better myself. Pryor 9th, managed to get his way up from 11th to 9th. A bit of damage on the car there, so maybe something to look at after the race. Firth as well, going to smash into the wall there. But finishing in 10th, so quite a good race. Obviously might have had an issue earlier on as he was in 5th and 6th, but still managed to finish it off, so that's good. Tranby 11th, Davis down in 12th, hopefully without an incident next time he'll be up in the higher positions. Tony Shoulders, absolutely amazing performance, up in 13th. Camps 14th, Cherner 15th, Gurnas 16th, currently racing with Ely, you can see there. Both joining us in the comments box tonight. Thank you for joining.
Yeah. I was going to say, it looks like we've just taken a 1-2 in that race. The fact that we're driving side by side on the up the cooldown lap.
Yeah, it's like your teammates, but not.
Yeah.
Finished 16th and 17th, halfway in the pack, and that counts, right? As a 1-2, right?
Well, we started from far back, so.
Indeed. Tony Shoulders, man, has done a decent thing as well there.
Yeah, up in 13th. Exceptional performance. Yeah, you can see the final standings on the left-hand side there. Good race from everyone, and that does conclude the round 5 of what am I trying to say? 6 round Sunday. Got round 6 next week. Going to announce the track for that one. That'll be Kailami with 16 votes compared to 7 for Brands Hatch. We'll end that one now. What surprise with Kailami though. Wouldn't have expected that one.
Kailami is so good though, especially in the night. It's gonna be an interesting one in the night.
Yeah, at the night time definitely. The GT3 there are good. We'll announce the Discord Series one as well. So we're racing on Tuesday. Quite a close one this one as well. Valencia to Brands Hatch. 8 votes for Valencia and 5 votes for Brands Hatch. So we'll be seeing you on Tuesday, the European Sprint at Valencia. And that concludes everything that we have for today. So yeah, obviously got race on Tuesday. Race on Friday and a race next Sunday. That'll conclude the stream for tonight. Thank you for joining. As I said, if you're not in the Discord already, it is in the chat. I'll post it again just now. If you want to join, feel free to head over, and I'll see you in there. Feel free to join the race. Thank you for joining.